Here with you with Dolly Parton. It's just an incredible day here at HSN for her to launch her very first fragrance.
What an honor. Here at HSN exclusively. And I have to tell you, it's going to be an early sellout today. So I'm glad you're with us early this afternoon. We're going to take you through all the details. You're going to meet Dolly in person. She's joining us live from Nashville. And I know you're going to be monitoring social because it's been so busy.
Oh, it's incredible. It's incredible. We're going to be live on Facebook for this entire hour. And those who know Dolly, love Dolly, she loves to interact with you. So get social with us on HSN's Facebook page, and I'll be sharing some of your questions and comments with her. So it's going to be a great hour.
Give us a call. I can't wait to get started, so let's do it.
Let's do it.
Our finest value of the day, the first, the one of a kind, the one you want, and it's our today's special. Here we go. To just say, God sent an angel to earth the day that Dolly Parton was born. Watch her as we go through the journey of her over 6 decades of being in the front of the camera, on stage, everywhere you turn. I mean, she is an icon beyond icons. The woman, oh my gosh, she is the most honored and revered singer and songwriter of all time. I mean, 100 million albums worldwide and counting. I am so in love with her for her unyielding philanthropic endeavors. She's given away over 150, almost 160 million books to children around the world. And that's counting too. But we are here today to do what she has never done before, and that is to design and develop her very own fragrance. It's beautiful. And by the way, you're looking at the bottle, which is stunning. We'll talk about butterflies and her passion for butterflies and everything else that went into the inspiration of this one-of-a-kind fragrance. And like I said, Dolly wants you to feel as blessed as she has during her lifetime, and everything she feels and the love and the hope that she spreads around the world is embodied in this beautiful fragrance. It is sent from above, and you are going to fall in love with it. Nowhere else can you get it. It is here and here only for at least 30 days. And even after that, you will never be able to get what we're doing today as a Today Special. First and foremost, you're getting this huge size of this beautiful fragrance sent from above, and you're getting the roller ball. So you're gonna be able to take this with you on the go and take it with you everywhere. I tell you what, I know part of the inspiration is from her 1974 hit of Life is Like a Butterfly, and truly it is a rare and gentle thing. We are so delighted that you are here with us this afternoon. We welcome you to Dolly World at HSN, and I do want to let you know that at this point, this early part of the day, over 16,000 have been spoken for already. We have 9,000 left. So I'm not kidding when I say it's going to be an early sellout today. It is just a true honor to be with the one and only. She needs no introduction. Dolly Parton has changed the world through her music, through everything else she does, and we are thrilled to have her joining us live via Skype from Nashville right now. Hello, Dolly Parton.
Well, hello, everybody. I'm so excited to be with you, Callie, as in California. Is that you?
That's me.
I know. I'm so glad to be with you and so glad to be talking to our fans and talking about my new fragrance sent from above. And so we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We got a whole hour to do it. So whatever you want to know and whatever the fans want to know, I'm right here and ready.
I love how real you are. And you know, interesting, as over the top as you have been in your career in some cases, you are equally as down to earth, and we all adore you. It is just incredible to see the span of decades, of generations of fans that have been so loyal to you from the beginning of your career. So thank you for that, and thank you for being with us. Let's start with the beginning of what inspired you in the first place to even come up with your very own fragrance.
Well, I've always loved makeup and hair and good smells, and so I always thought I would love to have my own perfume. So as soon as I had an opportunity to do that with my new branding deal, I thought, well, I'm going to try to start with a fragrance. And I really wanted something beautiful because I love to smell good, and people always just used to run me down the street or down to my dressing room. What are you wearing? What is that? And it was always a combination of different things that I loved that I would put together that had just this wonderful smell. And I thought, wouldn't it be great to have all those smells as one? So I actually worked several years to try to get a great fragrance, tried different times, different things. And it was only when I got with Scent Beauty that we really zeroed in on it and really came up with what I think is heavenly. And that's why it's called Scent from Above.
I love the name. You know, and I have to say the notes, we're gonna go through it because it's so hard to, you know, everybody loves you so much. They're gonna try this fragrance because we love you. But the truth is, it does embody who you are and who you are from the very beginning of time. We'll talk about your childhood and all of those things. We're listing some of the notes here, Dolly. Any particular notes that you'd like to just kind of elaborate on?
Well, to a lot of my audience out there looking, they're saying, what are you talking about notes? Because I'm so musical. People think we're talking about music notes.
Right.
But I found out while I was actually trying to discover my great smell that notes are the ingredients that are actually in the perfume. And the top notes is mandarin, blackcurrant, crisp pear, and fresh peony blossom. And of course, there's all sorts of other things. But it really has a lot of wonderful smells that really kind of combine into making that precious, wonderful, soft, cloud-like smell.
It really is something special. It's interesting because so many fragrances can just kind of hit you hard at the beginning, and you know, they can, I don't know, they can be kind of a little bit of a turnoff. Yours is so incredibly soft. I like that you describe it as cloud-like and heavenly. It is powdery, it's sensual, it's not, oh, it's just something that is so welcoming. And I love hearing how at the beginning of when you were a child, and we do have this in common, Dolly. I grew up on a little farm in the middle of North Dakota, 7 miles from Canada, tiny little town of about 1,000 people. And it's interesting how your life journey can take you where you're supposed to go, and you truly knew what your passion was from the very beginning. I love the stories that I've heard of you chasing butterflies and you know, and the reasons for that when, you know, you grew up in the mountains, right?
I did, and we were just mountain kids, and there's 12 of us kids. There's 6 girls and 6 boys in my family, so we didn't have anything the money could buy, and I was always fascinated with beautiful things, and butterflies were so colorful and so beautiful, and I used to chase them around as a tiny little kid and get, you know, wander off and get lost in the weeds and in the woods, and Mama saying, you gotta stop doing that, but I wanted to chase the butterflies, so I've been chasing butterflies and dreams my entire life, so I use the butterfly on a lot of different products. Even the W in my theme park, Dollywood, is a butterfly. And as you mentioned early on, one of my biggest songs in country music was Love is Like a Butterfly. And it was a big song back in the 70s. So I just thought it would be perfect for me to have this beautiful little, you know, bottle, with certainly to have the top of it be a butterfly. So it's just kind of followed me around, and I love that. But I used to go out in the woods and trying to smell good, and I'd find all these honeysuckle blossoms, and I would mash them up because they smell good. And I'd put that all over me, just trying to smell good. So I was always one to look for pretty things and to try to be as pretty and smell as good as I could.
And I love that it all came from nature. You know, all the best things in the world come from nature. You know, everything you touch seems to turn to gold, but today it's turned to rose gold because the color of the fragrance in the beautiful bottle is equally as beautiful. I mean, just sitting on an armoire or in your vanity area. It's so pretty, it's so sweet, it's so inspiring. And I don't know if you guys can see this counter right here of 17,300 gone at 1 p.m. This is Eastern time. It's 10 a.m. on the other coast. This will not make the day. This is the only place that you're going to be getting it, and it's not even available for another 30 days elsewhere. And elsewhere, you're not gonna find the value you do either. The item number is 99903. There's free shipping. There's 4 Flex, 5 with an HSN card. It is something you will never want to be without. You may want to even do auto ship because we can continue to get this to you every 90 days. If you would like to send it to someone else, you can certainly do that as well. But you get to lock in and secure this today's special 1 day only value. So we are just delighted at the response. I knew this was going to be a hit. And boy, what it is, such a pleasure, Dolly. I recently watched your latest documentary on Netflix, Here I Am, and I just loved watching your journey evolve from the very get-go, straight from the mountains to your passion to get to Nashville. And gosh, you have literally changed the world. You really have. I don't even know how that must feel for you.
Well, the world has also changed me, because this was my childhood dream. Everybody has a dream, but I always wanted to take my music and take it as far as I could go with it. Everything that I am started with a song. I even have a theme song for this perfume sent from above. We'll talk about it a little later on, maybe even play a little of it, I don't know. But anyhow, I just always wanted to get out and see the world, be part of it. I wanted to see what all I could do with what I felt like was a God-given talent. Of course, I had to work hard and develop it and do everything I could with it. God's always willing to help us if we're willing to help ourselves. So I've been blessed with being surrounded with wonderful people my whole life. My journey has involved a lot of things and a lot of wonderful people, but I just never lost sight of what I wanted to do and where I wanted to go. And so I just always wanted to do good in this world, to put something good in it. And when I write a song, I always think, oh, well, you know, I'm leaving something in the world today that wasn't there yesterday. So that's kind of how I feel about anything that I do. Just like with this perfume, I take great pride in what I do, and I also want things to be good and a good product if it's got my name on it. I want to be able to get out and really speak with conviction when I say, you know, this is a good product. I'm proud of it. So I'm hoping that people are going to love this and feel good when they wear it.
Oh, it's ethereal. You do it just softens you. It's feminine, it's beautiful. I know this is gonna be, I know you'll call it your own signature fragrance, and I think a lot of us are looking for that. And knowing that Dolly's created this through her own personal passions and life stories, it is a thing to behold, and it is something not to miss out on. I've heard so many callers already, Dolly, saying, my daughter called and I'm sending it to her. She's on a mission trip. I heard that earlier this morning. Always been a fan of yours. And you truly have fans from in their 20s through to their 80s, 90s that have been with you the entire journey. So you really just speak to people on a level that not many people can. So you really are a gift to the world. And we're going to start saying some hellos. I know we're busy on social already, but we've got somebody calling in live into our studios today to say a personal hello to you. Her name is Gretchen, and she's joining us from Oklahoma. So Gretchen, you are live on the air at HSN with Dolly Parton.
Hi, Dolly. It is so good to finally get to speak with you. I've tried a couple of times, but you're quite popular, so it was hard to get in.
Well, I'm happy to talk to you, Gretchen, and thank you. I'm glad you finally got through. So do you have some things in mind? Have we met before? Have we done anything together, or are we going to just do it now?
I met you in 1974 in Odessa, Texas at the Ector County Coliseum when you were one of your last tours with Porter Wagner. I was obsessed with you as a child, and one of my family members was, after the show, you had come out to sign and do autographs, and they lifted me up, and I actually got to go on stage with you and take several photographs. Those pictures, I look like I'm starstruck. And here I am years later. I showed those pictures to my granddaughter, and Brooklyn, and she wanted to experience the same thing, so I bought her a record player and all of the albums, and for a little child that has every electronic at her fingertips. She really loves her Victrola and her Dolly Parton albums, and she loves clothes. I had to order a pair of bell-bottom denim jeans and iron-on butterflies so she would have Dolly Parton clothes, because she expects a Dolly Parton clothing line from you now, so you know that.
Well, I might actually do that. You must be up there in age like me, because we were both young if you go back to the Porter Wagner days. So anyway, and who knows? I may bring back bell-bottoms.
Yeah, right. I'm 52. My granddaughter's 8. And I was, like I said, I was just hoping that she would like your music. But no, she is obsessed with your music, and she tells everybody about you. I actually took them to Dollywood 2 summers ago.
Fun.
And it was the most magnificent, most wonderful experience we ever had. I want to go back, but I want to go back at Christmas time.
Oh, Gretchen, thank you for your call.
Oh, that's a great time to go. Thank you for calling in.
At Christmas time, I think that's a great idea. Yeah, we have so many people that want to say hello to you, Dolly. We hate to push things along, but that's what we have to do. We have 1 hour with you. And the truth is, based on how quickly this is selling in this show, this could easily be your last chance to get this today. I wish we could call and say we need 30,000 more because we would sell them all. It's a special day. Having you with us, Dolly, is truly an honor of a lifetime. And I tell you what, this is one special day. You know, we're going to talk a little bit more about your career and everything else as we go through the hour. And I just think it's so incredible to hear the passion from your fans. There's a lot that we want to talk about, but I know we have a special gentleman who is going to be joining us. I'm going to turn things to Nicole because she's been monitoring social, and she's going to tell you who we get to meet next.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here, Callie, with Dolly Parton as well. And just to tell Dolly out there, she is receiving so much love on social media. We're live on Facebook right now on HSN's page. There's over 1,400 people pouring in. I want to at least, before we get to our Skype, say that Gary on Facebook said, he commented a lot saying he bought 4 of the bottles of her beautiful fragrance. So I wanted to say thank you to Gary. I know, right, Dolly? So he has 4 bottles for his loved ones that are around.
Gary.
But there's another gentleman that is with us, Dolly, that we want to introduce you to. His name is Joey, and he was able to get a sample of your fragrance. So we want to welcome in Joey, who just adores you and loves you. So welcome in, Joey. You're live with Callie, Nicole, and Dolly Parton.
Hi there, Dolly.
Well, hi, Gary. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm good. So what do you want to talk to me about? I want to hear it.
Oh, Dolly, 1,000,001 things. But I just wanted to tell you, I am such a huge fan of you and everything you stand for. You just know the right thing to do, and you always do it. I grew up, knowing about you, obviously, who doesn't? My family loves you. My nephews are in with the Imagination Library. So I'm just so happy to get a chance to talk to you.
Well, it's always good to talk to my fans, especially people as sweet as you, Gary, because without you and all my fans, I wouldn't be sitting here in this chair today selling a perfume or selling my records or whatever it is I've got going. It's all because the fans have stuck by me through all these years. So it makes my heart feel good to hear all the sweet things you have to say about me. I'm glad that I've been an inspiration and meant something to you. That means a lot to me.
Yeah, I just hope that someday I get the chance to meet you in person, get you to sign. I have a collection of vinyls, and I, of course, have the Song Teller books. So hopefully someday I can meet you in person and just give you a big hug and pass on all the love that I feel for you.
Well, I hope that happens, and I'll hug you hard. I'll sign every picture or record that you got, and we'll just go from there. Oh, thank you so much for caring.
Yeah, of course. I wanted to tell you, too, the new song is great.
Well, here's a big old hug right now.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Joey, for calling in. Oh, Joey is such a sweetheart. Thank you so much for that. And we love to hear
you said Joey. I was calling you Gary. I thought you said Joey?
It was
Is it Joey or Gary?
Yes, it's Joey, Dolly.
Okay. All right. Well, I can't hardly hear. We have a slight delay.
I know. Well, that's what happens, right? When she's all the way in Nashville and then we're here in Florida. But I'll hand it back to Callie. Yeah. It's just such a blessing to have you here. And a lot of people
But you are still Nicole, right?
Nicole like Nicole, yes.
Okay. All right.
Dolly, you are so adorable.
Sorry about that.
No, understandable. Yeah, we do have a little bit of a delay with the satellite feed. But I love the fact, by the way, and I know you had a birthday over the Memorial Day weekend, and I just want to say your husband is right. You are still a hot chick. I saw those pictures you posted for him.
Yeah. that was my husband's birthday. That was his. That was his.
Oh, it was his birthday. Oh,
present.
That's right. That was so sweet of you. Well, you are going strong, and still to this day, your music is so relevant. And as we continue just celebrating who you are with this incredible fragrance, I'm going to give some updates here because it's really important if you just tuned in. I know we've all anxiously been waiting all month long for Dolly's visit to celebrate our birthday at HSN. And we are marching towards, look at that, almost 20,000. And this is literally midday. We don't have enough to make it through the day, so treat yourself now. Do what I think our first caller did, or Joey did, said, I got 4, because you don't want to miss out on this one. So as a matter of fact, I do want to let you know we do have the body cream as well. And Dolly, I know you're a big fan of bath time, and why not? We need some pampering every once in a while. This too, very popular right here on the side of the screen.
Yeah, this is a wonderful thing. This is like satin and silk. You just kind of put that on and kind of, you know, it's got a wonderful soft smell. It's got that cloud-like smell.
It's so pretty.
Okay.
It's so interesting, Dolly, how fragrance can evoke...
Excuse me just a second.
Sure.
Could I have the producers? I'm hearing things in my headphones, and I'm hearing them and a big echo, and I'm having trouble hearing you.
We thank you for letting us know, because there's nothing worse.
So if they can adjust that, we are live, so we need to kind of, fix that right now. Anyway, but...
No, thanks for letting us know. No, thank you for letting us know.
To our cream, which is good, and
it's interesting.
Let me hear you talk again, because I'm still...
Let's try this. We'll reconnect now. We'll try to turn all those other, ambient noises off of your earpiece, because yes, we are live. You know what live is all about, gracing the stages of, gosh, the world. Yes, so the body cream I was just mentioning is available, and we'll put that item number periodically up on the screen. Most important item number of the day is what you're seeing right now. And again, I was saying how I think it's interesting, Dolly, how a fragrance can evoke so many memories. You can smell a fragrance that, oh, I got that when I was in my 20s and I was dating so-and-so, or the different things. But what I love is that this bottle embodies memories of you and your lifetime of, loving being a woman and having soft, natural scents around you. You never grew up wearing or, spent your career wearing other people's fragrances, because none of them were really what you were looking for. You went for the natural. I think you said essential oils and natural botanicals that you'd find in nature. Is that right?
Yes, and I actually, through the years, I tried to put together different things that I did love the smell of to make it kind of smell like me, and people would ask me what I was wearing. So when I went to Scent Beauty, I said, well, let's see if we can put all these things together and then come up with that one smell that would just be me. And so we love that, and I think we've got that. Yeah.
Well, you are a love. You are an absolute love. I'm glad that Joey mentioned, some of the other work that you've done that has impacted people around the world. And, you are give back in ways that most people of your stature just don't. And so we love you for that whole big bundle, that whole big package story. As a matter of fact, we're gonna head back to the phones, Dolly. We've got people that wanna say hello to you. This time, Mike is joining us from Kentucky. Mike, you are live on the air with Dolly Parton.
Hi there.
Good afternoon, Miss Parton.
Can you hear him, Dolly?
Who am I talking to?
Miss Parton,
hello,
it's Mike from Covington, Kentucky.
Okay, now I think I'm hearing him there.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you now.
Miss Parton, I got a quick story for you. I went to a concert when I was 14 at Riverfront Coliseum with Kenny Rogers. And I caught the Dolly bug.
I love Kenny.
I caught that Dolly bug, and I just turned 52 weeks ago. My family threw me a Dolly Parton-themed birthday party.
Oh?
So I was in a movie set with you in 2013, A Country Christmas Story, and ran into you coming out of the building. You were going to lunch and just happened to run into you. I've been in country music radio for years and years, so I've met you personally, I've met you professionally, and you're just always so genuine and sweet and sincere. But I took a picture. I sent it to the Facebook HSN page of the actual picture, And we were walking away, and my friend and myself were walking away, and I said, did she smell like an angel or what? And now I know why.
Yeah, it was sent from above.
Well, I just wanted to, I'm so glad to talk to you, and I just wanted to tell you, you know, I've been 36 years now. I guess to call me a super fan, but I just, you have inspired me, and just everything you do, from Imagination Library, and the Dollywood Foundation back in the early days, and I just wanted to reach out and just thank you so much for being a light, because that's exactly what you are.
Well, thank you for being there for me as well. 36 years is a long time to be a fan, so thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Mike, that was incredibly sweet. Thank you. Wow, we were all touched by that. Isn't it crazy to have the men and the women and the boys and the girls? I mean, you just cover the entire spectrum of, we all need a little bit more love. And Dolly, I said it at the beginning of the show, I really think that God sent you to this earth to be the angel that you are. And, you know, I'm sure that when you started out in your early career that you had no idea it would become what it is. And it really is special to have you a part of our birthday celebration today. So I know we've got more to get to. As a matter of fact, I think we're gonna be checking in with Nicole again because we wanna monitor what's going on in social. And I know she's taking notes, like, you know, feverishly, because there's thousands of you joining us today for this big special launch. If you don't mind, Dolly, let's go back to maybe a little bit towards the beginning. When you first ventured towards Nashville, you knew this is what you wanted to do. And yes, you had the Porter Wagners and, you know, different people along the way to help launch you into, you know, your fame. Do you have any favorite memories of the early parts of your career?
Oh, I have so many precious memories. My Uncle Bill Owens, my mom's brother, was the one that used to take me around. He saw my talent early on and saw my desire and my passion for what I was doing. So I was allowed to travel with him some. So he was the one that really inspired me the most, and my family were always so supportive of my career. And of course, you're right about the Porter Wagoners and anybody that ever really, you know, put any effort into my career. I love and appreciate them, and I've worked with so many great people like Kenny Rogers and all the different people through the years, but it's been a wonderful journey, and I just feel like it was what I was meant to do, and I'm just happy that I had a chance to do it.
You are a love. And now we're having issues on our end, Dolly. I wish I could hear every single thing you're saying, but we are working out the sound on this end as well.
Yeah, we are having trouble. So if anybody out there looking at us thinks we don't know what we're saying,
maybe it's because
we're just having trouble hearing with a lot of stuff
because the calls are coming in so quickly. I will update you. Rob, maybe you can give me an update on what's going on with our quantities. At this point, okay, we're at almost 20,000 gone for the day. We have how many left, Rob? A lot of you are ordering multiple bottles and, you know, boxes and packages. Rob, how many do we have left for the day? I believe it's somewhere around, yeah, there's about 6,000 left. When we started this show, we had almost 10,000. So I'm not kidding when I say we have 30 minutes left in this hour. We really do encourage you to order while you can. There is not something called a back order on this. I know that we have the honor to offer this only here exclusively for at least the next 30 days. And you will not get this price when it does become available elsewhere. I know you'll want it, and we will do, you know, what we can to keep getting this so we can make it available on our website. But in the meantime, treat yourself while you can. I know we were talking a little bit about Dolly's background and her early years in the business, and it's not an easy business to be in. I love that you, amongst very few, from the very beginning, really spoke your mind about things like inequality. I mean, you were so ahead of your time with some of the topics that are hot buttons today, and yet you still evoke this incredible sweet sensibility, and you just help all of us feel something special, and that's just a comfort that we appreciate so much in you. So I think it's time to check in with Nicole. We want to check on social. Here's some of the comments. I know everybody wants to talk to you in person, Dolly, but we're going to just read some comments in the meantime.
Definitely. definitely want to read some comments. We still have well over 1,000 of you joining us on Facebook right now. We're just having a lot of fun. Wendy was asking, and we'll make sure that Dolly can answer, but I'll let you know that her song, she released it just for her fragrance. It's called Scent from Above. It's already out there on your streaming platforms that you can listen to it. We even have a little sample that we could play for you, or maybe Dolly will sing for us. I love that we had a comment as well that Lori was saying, Lynn says she already ordered it. We had Gary earlier today on Facebook commenting that he ordered 4 of these beautiful bottles. And then just so much love for Dolly. Sarah saying, my father Willie Moore loves him some Dolly Parton. Eddie's saying hi to her. Kathy saying congratulations to Dolly, that she loves the fragrance and she's been a fan all of her life, as well as her son Aaron. Mark saying that he would just love to have a moment to speak with Dolly as well. You know, Dolly loves, oh, I can hear Dolly too. Hi, Dolly. I can hear her now.
Hi.
There we go. Now I can give Dolly the opportunity to say hi to all her fans that are out there. I mean, Dolly, we go on Facebook Live a lot on HSN, and I've never seen well over 1,000 people on here, but then just the love that you are receiving from all your fans. So I wanted to give you the opportunity to say hi to them, because it's fans of all different ages, generations that truly admire you and are inspired by all the work that you've done, even off the stage, from, you know, doing all the singing and concerts, everything you do for the community.
Well, you have no idea how much I appreciate the fans, because they've really made me everything that I am. It's one thing to dream it, one thing to even work hard, but if you don't have the fans and somebody to buy it and support you, then you have nothing. So I've really always loved my fans, and they always know that. So I just want to be able to say to them, thank you for everything.
Oh, and thank you. I mean, you are just such a joy to be with. And I know I'll send it over to Callie, and I'll let Callie and Dolly, both of you all know that a lot of people are commenting on Facebook too, asking about the notes of the fragrance, want to get an idea of how that smells. So I'll pass it back to you, Callie, so you can share that.
Great. In fact, Dolly, I'm sure this was a whole new journey for you to create a scent that is so signature you. Was it more complicated than you thought? I heard it took a couple of years to really get it right.
Well, actually, I've been trying to have a perfume for years, but it took 2 years to actually get this particular scent. Working with Steve Summers, my creative director, and I'd send him out to talk to all these people. But when Scent Beauty got involved with us, we said, try to put all this together. This is how I want to smell. This is how people want to smell if they have a perfume of mine. So it took us a while to do it, but we got it, and I really think we came up with the right formula.
I think I heard you say earlier you had no's, a lot of no's, and it only took one yes to say got it right.
Yeah, exactly. We had no, that's not it. That's too strong. That's too much, you know, too overwhelming. I don't want it to kill people. I don't want it to knock them down. I just want them to say, ooh, what is that? I was like, oh, that smells so good. So, and people are doing that now.
It is so incredibly beautiful. And I am so picky, Dolly. I'm not one that, I don't like something strong. I don't like something too extreme one way or the other. You have found this perfect balance with the notes that, as you mentioned earlier, starts with the top notes of the mandarin and other beautiful, beautiful scents. I love that there's some peony, there's some zestiness with the citrus. There it is, the mandarin. I love too, I think I smell a little bit of, well, there's a lot of musk, which I adore, jasmine. It's a perfect blend. Oh, vanilla. Yes, sandalwood, yes.
Yeah. Well, whatever it is, it's the right combination. And I thought it smelled so heavenly. And we were trying to think of a name that would fit it. And I thought, you know, that the scent from above is like such a heavenly smell. And I thought, well, that's a good name for it. And so I'm glad I chose that, and even wrote a song, as I mentioned, called Scent from Above.
I know, I love, in fact, do we have this song? Can we play a little bit of it? I know we've tried to play some of your music throughout our segments with you today, but it's beautiful. I heard just a snippet of it. Here it is.
Okay.
It's you I go to, the one
we have to,
'cause you know how to restore my faith. I know you will be forever with me. I've been through hell
out there.
I believe will last.
Oh, it's so pretty. Oh. Goosebumps. Dolly, I heard when I was watching your latest documentary, Here I Am, I just was so captivated by it, and I love how you said, well, I'm a singer-songwriter, but I'm a songwriter first. That is a gift that you've been given.
Well, it's true. I grew up in a very musical family. My mom's people were all very musical. So I always say a song got me out of the Smoky Mountains, and a song has taken me everywhere I've ever been. And so now I have my little Sent From Above song to go along with our Sent From Above perfume.
It's perfect. It really is. I wish we had more to offer. There's, 2 other shows scheduled today. We'll come up with something, I'm sure. But what I know right now is that this Today's Special is very close to selling out. If it doesn't sell out in this show, this 1 p.m. early in the day hour, it will sell out in the next. So I don't want you to miss it. If you just tuned in, I know a lot of people have been anxiously awaiting today. We've been looking forward to it all birthday month. So it is one time only that you can do what we are doing, and it's not just the big full size, and this isn't a 1.7. This is the big 3.4, and you're also receiving the rollerball. So this is something that is exclusive and only available here. I love that you give us your little signature. There we go, backwards and upside down here from my perspective. And then the whole butterfly that sits right on top. I too, Dolly, have had a connection with butterflies, perhaps for different reasons in my life. It was during a loss of my brother, and butterflies just came to show up on the day of his funeral and said, it's okay. He's in a better place. And so they always give me hope and peace when I see butterflies. And I know your connection to butterflies has a whole different meaning. So I'd love to hear again what it is.
Well, the butterflies, they're just so sweet. They don't bite, they don't sting, they're colorful, they just kind of go about their business, not bothering anybody. They're just out to beautify the world. And so I just always connected with that, and that's what I try to do. And I hope I'm sort of a butterfly myself.
Oh, I love that. Look at how it's faceted. I still, to this day, every time butterflies show up, and I have 2 or 3 that always show up in my backyard, and it always sets my day right. It just puts me in a place of comfort and peace and joy and happiness. We're gonna actually check back in with Nicole, because we have somebody else that's joining us on Skype today, and she's gonna introduce you to who that lucky person is.
I'm so excited. Another person who gets to spend some time with Dolly. And I can see why these are going so fast, right? There's multiple people buying multiple of these fragrances. So definitely go to hsn.com or use your app to place your order. But we want to welcome in Lauren. She grew up in Dollywood. She is inspired by Dolly's charities and her involvement. So Lauren, welcome into HSN. You're live with Dolly Parton.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi, Lauren. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Awesome.
So what do you have?
Nice to
You have a
meet you.
story for me?
I do. So I got married about 2 years ago in a little country church that my grandparents got married in 50 years ago. And then, so when I'm going down the aisle, all of a sudden, Here You Come Again starts playing. And the old Baptist preacher about fell out of his seat. He turned 4 shades of purple.
Oh, that's great. Well, that's wonderful. It's always good when you get to be part of somebody's life, especially their wedding.
Absolutely. We did 3 songs in that 15 minutes.
Oh, well, that's good. Well, thank you for that. Like I said before, I love my fans, and I appreciate the fact that I've meant something to you, and I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Lauren, for joining us. That is the sweetest story. I love. I mean, that's a special
Thanks,
song.
Lauren.
Absolutely, we appreciate that. And I know before our time runs out with Dolly this afternoon, we'll check back in with Nicole for more comments from all of you joining us on social media. But I do really encourage you, and I'm sorry to be the one to say this is the moment you must make your move, but it is true. If you wait, you'll have to wait, is the point. You're gonna have to wait at least a month to find it anywhere but here, and you'll spend more there than you have to here. You get to enjoy the 4th Flex or 5th if you have an HSN card, and you get the free shipping, which is why probably, I mean, this value, get multiples, or set yourself up for auto ship. A couple months down the road, you can get the same configuration, same size, and the rollerball is all included at the same price. So HSN is the place, and I just want to say, Dolly, thank you for choosing us to be the place that you wanted to launch your fragrance first.
Well, I love HSN, and I watch you all the time, and if anybody's going to have a product, this is the place to do it. And happy birthday, too, by the way.
Yes, it's crazy. We started the whole idea of shopping from the convenience of your own home, and so it's nice to know that you tune in every once in a while as well. With just a few minutes remaining in this hour, I do want to kind of start at the beginning, Dolly, talk a little bit about what it was that inspired you to not only create a fragrance, but to create the type and the fragrance that you did to give us a certain emotional response, because oftentimes that's what fragrances can do.
That's true. I do remember certain smells from my childhood, and people have asked me what inspired me to do that. But I used to have all these, if I had a teacher that had perfume on their sweater, they'd hang it in the cloakroom. And I used to remember as a child, I'd go in and kind of just smell that. And then my Aunt Estelle, who lived in the big city, she always kept all these beautiful little sachet packets in her dresser drawers. And I would open the drawers and just smell that. And if I smelled anyone smelling good, I would just kind of follow along like a little hound dog after a possum smelling. But I just love great smells, and so I just wanted that for myself. So I wanted to be pretty, and I wanted to smell pretty. So I don't know how pretty I am, but I know I smell pretty with this one.
You are stunning. You always have been, always will be. I love it. And I think I heard you say that your husband has always loved the way you smell, and after 50 some odd years, that speaks volumes.
Well, it does. We've been together 57 years, 55 married, but he always talked about how good I smell. And so now when I'm spraying my new stuff, I say, this is how I'm going to always smell. This is the only smell, so you better love it. Because we're taking it on out together.
I love your love story. It's really, really special and sweet and private, and that's the way it should be, as far as I'm concerned. And that's not an easy thing to do when you're in, the limelight the way you have been your whole life through. This is truly such a pleasure to be with you today, Dolly. Somebody who wants to share that pleasure with us is Sammy, who is joining us on the phones from Pennsylvania, who wants to say hello to you. So, Sammy, meet Dolly Parton.
Okay.
Hi. Hi, Dolly.
Hi, Sammy.
Hello?
How are you?
Awesome, Dolly. I love you. I met you on my 50th birthday in Bangor, Maine, and you sang happy birthday to me and signed a birthday card. And
well, good for me and good for you.
Yes, ma'am. It's next to my wedding day. It was the best.
Oh, well, good. Well, I appreciate you, and always appreciate all the fans that come out to our shows and to support me in anything that I'm doing, as I've mentioned. But I'm glad I got to talk to you today, and I hope you enjoy the perfume.
Oh, yes. I've already ordered several, and I can't wait. I had the sample. But, Dolly, I'd just like to say I'm so proud to be part of the We Love Dolly Parton family. It's an amazing group of people, and you are just, like I've said so many times, amazing. You truly are what you see. You are just amazing, sweetheart, and you do love people. And so thank you for all you've done.
Well, I do love people, and I appreciate you, so thanks for the nice compliment.
Thank you,
Yes,
Sammy.
ma'am.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you all for
Thank you.
giving us the opportunity.
Absolutely. Enjoy your perfume. It's on its way. Dolly, I would love to go back to something else. It's been brought up a couple of times, even in this hour, and that's your imagination library. I think I heard your story earlier of what inspired you to do that, and it starts really at the beginning with your parents.
It does. As I mentioned before, I grew up in the mountains in a big family, and we were just mountain people. And a lot of mountain people didn't get a chance to go to school because they had to work in the fields to help support the family. And my dad didn't get a chance to go to school. And he couldn't read or write, but he was such a smart guy. And so I always felt bad that he couldn't read. And he felt that he couldn't learn to read after he was grown. So I thought, what can I do to help my dad? So I thought, well, I'm going to start this little program where we give books to children from the time they're born. They'll get a book once a month until they start to school. And so I got my dad involved in that, and he took such pride in that. And they called me the book lady, and my dad got to live long enough to hear that and to see the Imagination Library doing so well. So not only am I so proud to be able to put books in the hands of children, I'm just so proud that that was something I got to share with my dad. And so I take great pride in that. And so many wonderful things I've done and been allowed to do in my career, but I have to honestly say the Imagination Library is one of the things that I'm proudest of.
Oh my gosh.
We've given away like over 150 million books now to children since we started that 20-some years ago.
Oh, my goosebumps are so big. I'm sure you can see them from across the studio. I just love that story. Thank you for sharing more of it with us. I know also, Dolly, you were one of, is it 12 children?
Well, there's 12 in all. There's 6 girls and 6 boys that my mom and dad had together. They married very young, and we got one set of twins. And so we just grew up together up there in the mountains, loving one another and doing our music and singing our mountain songs, and me dreaming my big dreams. And so heading to Nashville when I graduated from high school, thinking that this was what I wanted to do. And I've been so blessed in my life to get to make a living at what I love to do.
Oh, I love that you started with such the simplicity and, you know, the humble beginnings. There's something to be said for that, you know, to just get creative with something that starts, again, it all goes back to nature. And so I thank you for sharing some of those details. I know this time is flying, as I knew it would. We want to check back in with Nicole before we head out to the phones to say another hello, but we just want to monitor what's happening on social so we can include everybody today.
Okay, let's do.
Because you can just hear the genuine love in Dolly's voice. So I would get myself together, Dolly, as I read these comments to you. I think, Dolly, you'll enjoy this one from Christine. It says, "Yay, Dolly, AKA Backwoods Barbie. I think after today, your resort, Dreammore, and Dollywood are gonna smell like an angel because you know we're all getting sent from above. Bought 2 of everything because I know HSN is gonna run out."
Well, actually, you're getting all of my products in there. Somebody sounds like we're paying these people to do this. Well, I appreciate my fans advertising Dollywood, the resort, and all that. But we're here today to actually launch our new perfume. But yeah, you're right. I'm going to make them kind of maybe spray this in all the rooms at Dollywood, maybe through the air conditioning units or whatever. Yeah, that would be a good thing to do.
Well, your fans are going to bring in that scent because they all are getting your fragrance. Another person that I want to call out to you, Dolly, is Wendy. She said, "Nobody sings like Dolly. I love you, Dolly. You're amazing, gorgeous, strong woman. Thankful to have grown up with your music and movies." That's from Wendy.
How sweet. Thank you.
Very sweet. Oh, you guys, yeah,
these things are so good, these calls. I just really, that touches my heart to know that the people feel that way about me, because you never know when you start out in this business. I always wanted to be loved, and I always wanted to be successful. And I used to think when I was young, I wondered what it would be like if I lived to be old, which I have. But I wondered like how I would think back on my life. And so this, you have no idea how humbled I feel and how grateful I am that I've got to live the life I dreamed of living, and knowing that the fans like you have made that possible. So thank you so much.
Dolly, that makes us feel so happy that we can give a little bit of love back to you today through, welcoming you to here to HSN and getting to share so many of our, of your fans' love right back at you. So you've given a lot. We want to give back to you as much as we possibly can. So I'm glad you're feeling it. We certainly are. And I know our time is running very, very low, and I do want to encourage you with our final quantities of our today's special. I'm sad to say that, but we have 4,000 left. We have sold 22,000. At this point, we have 4,000 who can still take advantage. And, we almost should limit one per bottle for each customer based on how quickly this is going to be selling out today. But you are welcome to get more than one if you want to set these boxes aside for a mom or a grandmother or a daughter or a sister or a best friend or a great aunt or whomever it is. I've heard a lot of the gentlemen joining us today, too, have said they've been wearing it and, they love it equally as much. So there is that to consider. But Dolly,
yeah, I love that. I know a lot of my people in my organization, they're saying, I'm wearing Dolly, and I love to say, I'm wearing Dolly. What are you wearing? But you can mix it with your other perfumes, but they like it too. It's a good smell. But I really, love the fact that everybody seems to be enjoying it. And when you were talking about we were running low, what a wonderful problem to have, for me. So I'm glad to see it going off the shelves. Like I always say, my favorite joke that I tell on stage, and my fans love it when I say, thanks for coming to my show or buying my perfume because I need the money because it costs a fortune to look this cheap. So everybody gets a kick out of that. But I always say there's nothing cheap about this fragrance, and you're going to smell like $1 million.
You have the best sense of humor. You are just such a delight. I mean, you just bring joy everywhere you turn. I can't imagine what it must feel like being on stage in front of the thousands of people that you perform in front of. I'm sure you've gotten used to it at this point in your career, but doesn't it just does it ever get old?
No, it never gets old. I love my audience, and as I mentioned before, I have all these brothers and sisters, aunts, uncles. I'm a big family person, and everybody in that audience, when I go out, I can kind of see someone that I know and love, and I kind of sense them. So I really always feel like that I'm more like at a family reunion than at a concert, because I think they come to see me tell their stories, and I love doing it. So I love the fact that they let me into their hearts and into their homes, and that they're spending their good hard-earned money on me.
That is real. Well, wow. It would be such a treat to see you again soon on stage. I know, it's been a weird year and a half or more, so I'm sure that's changed your whole day-to-day and routine, but is there anything we can look forward to in terms of seeing you live soon?
Well, I'm not planning to do a concert tour anytime soon, but I will definitely be doing some shows here and there now and then, some charity shows and all that. And I hope to see my fans on TV. I'm going to be doing some TV movies of the week, and I'll be doing different things here and there now and then. But concert tour, not right away. I'm not saying never, but it won't be this year because there's so many things I'm having to catch up on because of everybody, being out of work for a year and a half. I'm sure a lot of my friends that are still in the business are dying to get back out on the road, and I'm happy to see that some of them are being able to do that. Let's just hope we don't have to shut down again. So everybody be smart, be careful out there.
Good advice.
With all the things we're supposed to be doing. So
good advice.
Do it so we can protect one another.
Yeah. Well, time to take a little break too for you and just enjoy being with your husband, Carl. And with our clock, I know we're going to be putting a clock up here because this is just a 1 hour special moment in time. And I really encourage you guys to place your order on our final quantities for the day. And if it airs again later, I know Nicole's going to be here with Sarah later. We'll see. I don't think it will be here. At this point, we're at almost 22,000. So I think there's somewhere around 3,000 of these left for the day. I apologize for that in advance. But you're watching right now, so that's the good news. Take advantage while you can. I think we have time to say one more hello. We're going to head off to welcome Mary, joining us in Georgia. Mary, you are live on the air at HSN with Dolly Parton.
Hi, I hope everybody's doing fine. Hi, Dolly.
Well, hi to you. I'm sorry about the delay. We've had a few little sound problems, but that's the result of being live on anything. Everybody gets to see all your problems, all your mistakes, but I can hear you pretty good. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. And if that's all the problem is today, then you know what, we're doing fine. But I just wanted to let you know, I'm sitting here and I was watching, and I didn't pay attention to the name of your perfume. I lost my husband in April of this year of liver cancer. And
Sorry.
when they said sent from heaven, I got buy it. Something just told me, buy it. And that's my husband, because he knows how much of a big fan I am of you. And I've been that way forever.
Oh, how sweet is that? Oh, that's very touching. Yeah, so maybe it was sent from above. Maybe he was sending you a message. I hope so. And I hope you enjoy the perfume.
But thank you very much for all you've done and what you've done. Thank you. But this is sent from heaven.
Well, thank you.
To me.
Okay.
So
thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
God
Mary.
bless you.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Thank you, Mary.
Bye. Bye,
That
Mary.
was beautiful. I mean, that goes straight to the heart.
Well, I know.
Right?
Those things really touch me. Yeah, those are touching things, and it's always feels so good to know that you've meant something to somebody like that. So I love those stories. So thanks, Mary, and thanks to you, too.
Absolutely, absolutely. Dolly has graced our lives for, gosh, I can't believe it's been over 60 years that you have been front and center in our hearts and in our minds and on the radio and on our, our stereos and all the ways we've listened to you from the beginning. It must have started, was it albums first, or was it, what was the format when you first began your career?
Well, I actually started singing on local television and radio back in my hometown in Knoxville, Tennessee, up in that area. And so then my first record I put out when I was like 10 or 11, it was called Puppy Love. It was a single. Heard it on the radio the first time. I about broke my neck jumping off the counter to try to turn the radio up. and so I thought, well, this is what I'm going to do. And then when I moved to Nashville, I had a couple of singles, and then I did my first album right after I first moved to Nashville in the late 60s. So, and so since then, you usually take singles off of albums, but I've had a lot of records out there for fans to listen to, and they've been very loyal and devoted and built a wonderful life for me. I always say the fans I appreciate because they're the ones that put food on my table, clothes on my back, and perfume on my dresser.
You are an absolute delight. I wish we had all day to spend together. I know the plan right now, Dolly, is for you to be with us in the evening. I think next show is at 6 p.m. and then you'll be with us this evening with something. We'll come up with something. Nicole is joining me so we can say our hellos and our goodbyes to you together. We have both enjoyed this so much. Dolly, you are just amazing.
Well, thanks to both of you. You've done a wonderful job. You always do, and I just appreciate that I got to be part of your world. So thank you for helping me out.
Oh my gosh, what an honor to be with you, Dolly. I can just really hear, there's not many people who can make me tear up when they talk, but this whole hour I'm like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be waterworks, and that's what so many people are commenting on Facebook too, Dolly, is just the genuine love that you exude as a person. I mean, I would just love to be just in the vicinity of you, of just how amazing you are. So thank you so much for being with us, and such a beautiful fragrance that will sell out. So congratulations on that. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for helping me with that.
It's truly been our pleasure, both of us. I know this is a highlight for both of us in our careers. And so much love to you, Dolly. Take a little break this afternoon. We'll see you back this evening at some point. Be well, and God bless you.
Oh, thank you, and thanks to all the folks watching, all of us out there. So thanks to all of you.
Absolutely.
So I'll see you a little later.
Okay.
Bye, Dolly.
Sounds good, Dolly. Thank you so very much.
Bye.
This is one of those moments in a career that we'll never forget. And
I will never forget this
We're
moment,
so glad
ever.
you guys were here to do it with us. I know we are down to, isn't it crazy, final quantities?
I'm supposed to be back with Sarah at 6 p.m., so we have the final 3,000. We'll see how, we'll see.
We'll see. Between now and then, we'll figure something out. Thank you again for joining us. Much more to come, so I think, let's see, we're going to toss it off to Shannon.
Shannon Fox.
Yeah, she's up
Bye,
next.
with Layla Ali, another legend.
Discover a world of beauty like you've never seen before. Beauty Report is the insider's guide to getting gorgeous. Join me tonight for a beautiful new routine.
For over 25 years, her game-changing products have been reinventing clean to make life better and brighter for you and your family.
As a cleaning fanatic, I always think about germs and how to solve all that.
That's why Joy Mangano brings her new line, Clean Boss, to HSN.
I am so thrilled about Clean Boss technology, probably more than a self-wringing mop, if that's possible.
Watch and shop the whole line on HSN and at hsn.com.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling nice.
Did you know that we have amazing items and deals you'll never see on air? That's right. You'll only find them at hsn.com. We're talking top brands, exclusive names and bundles, plus thousands of products all the time. Discover all our best deals all in one place, including offers you'll see online only. And with hundreds of videos and customer reviews, we make it easy to shop smart. Click, explore, discover, and get more of what you love. Only at hsn.com. August is anniversary month, and we're kicking it off by celebrating our hosts all day Sunday. It's going to be a day of savings with sale prices on every on-air item, plus smart deals for your home, family, and wardrobe. Join us for Can't Miss Deals as we spotlight the